Hey everyone, welcome to day 2. This time we're going to be talking about One More For Obscurity. You've heard the song. This one's actually one of my favorites off of the album. It's interesting the way that this one came together because I had come up with the beat. If you scroll down and you listen to the demo of it, if you heard the demo for the song, you can tell that it started off way harder, crunchier, and kind of building it out, it really turned into more of a desperate kind of sadness, kind of ethereal feel, which I think really serves the song pretty well. Today we're going to be going over the lyrics for One More For Obscurity, so let's just jump into it. This one's one of my faves on the album. The first verse is, "Every day is like the last, in and out, no future, no past. Anything could happen now, and I wouldn't even notice. My mind just wouldn't allow it." So this song is actually kind of about the process of making music, because when you're making music and you have that muse and you're kind of driving forward, there were easily 30, maybe 40 songs that were written and worked on for this album. These 11 made the cut for the album, and not that the other ones weren't good, but there is a certain drive that you need to have, and that's why this song goes perfectly coming after Tunnel Vision, because Tunnel Vision is about that drive, but One More For Obscurity is kind of about how that drive can become monotonous because you're just making music and making music and making music, and if no one's hearing it, it's kind of crazy. Plus, you stay up all kinds of hours and your world is consumed. If anybody makes music out there and you do it, you know what it's like. But breaking down these individual lyrics, I kind of was going into an every day is exactly the same kind of feel from Nine Inch Nails, which I dug, and I didn't want it to sound like his. Obviously, Trent Reznor made a great song there, so mine sounds pretty different. But every day is like the last, in and out, no future, no past, because you're just in the present all the time. Anything could happen now, and I wouldn't even notice. My mind just wouldn't allow it. So, you know, you're completely absorbed. You're not paying attention to anything that's happening outside of what you're doing. If you notice too in the song, I don't know. I don't know if any of you really pick up on it. Maybe only with headphones, but my voice is actually really clear until anything could happen now, and then on. And I wouldn't even notice, you'll notice that there's almost a second voice under there. And I just keep singing because I didn't even notice it, because my mind wouldn't even allow it. So, you know, there's a couple of little tricks that I was using in there to kind of build on the concept of the song. Then we get to the pre-chorus, which is, "The days are gone, there is no outside, the nights are cold, my hands are tied." If you notice on the lyric sheet, here, there is no "the days are gone" written down. There's a reason for that, and it's because the line is "the days are long," but I sang it as "gone." But then after I listened back, I was like, I kind of like that. But then I sang it as "long" later on, just so that then there would be differences. But I was like, the days are gone. I kind of like that, because you're just kind of not even paying attention to the days. But there is no outside, again, because you're always in, you're always working. "The nights are cold, my hands are tied," because you're here, you're doing it, but you're not getting anything out of it. The nights are cold. So I thought it was really, really cool. And then it's, "But I'll give you one more piece of me, then maybe you'll remember there is still no peace. So I gotta stay in the center, the center." Breaking down the first part of that, I'm gonna give you a piece of me. Each song that any musician or artist makes, if you're, painter, every painting that they do, if you're a writer, every book you write, each one is a piece of them. And the goal here, of course, again with this song, and I am kind of telling a story of what I am telling a story also in this album. So this one is about, why are you doing all this work? You're doing this work so that somebody somewhere will listen to what you've made, and they'll remember you, and you'll leave your mark on the world. And that is a huge deal for me. That's actually where the name of the song came from, One More For Obscurity, because, you know, nobody really knows about me. But I'm still making song after song after song, because it's not really about the recognition, it's about making the art. But you also still want people to recognize you and to notice you and remember you. So, and then there's no peace, so I got to stay in the center. And the center is, first off, staying centered, but also not veering off here, not going there. You know, you're here. You know, you're in the center. You're not going anywhere. This is where you are. So again, really cool imagery, I thought. And a lot of these lyrics kind of just came to me as I was singing. Specifically the line with, so I got to stay in the center. I hadn't actually written that one down when I started singing, because a lot of the time I end up just kind of playing the beat and just messing around with lyrics to see what works. And that stuck with me. And a few other people who have heard the song said, you should call the song The Center. And I'm like, but it's not about the center. That's the thing about the song. It's not about staying in the center, even though that's what ends up sticking with you lyrically a lot of the time. But it's not actually about staying in the center. It's actually about making something that is substantial. So then we get to the second verse. Every day is like the last. Same line. That was kind of a play on there because it's the same. I was looking for change, but alas. Look, I've been trying to find a song where I could use "but alas" in, but it worked here. There's still hope for difference, but not alone. I can't do it without a friend. And this, again, kind of plays on the same thing, is when you're alone and you're working hard on something, and sometimes you just know that if you had somebody else there with you, things could get done faster, things could be more fun. It's not going to be different unless somebody else comes in and interjects into whatever is happening. But of course, that doesn't happen for our protagonist in the song. It continues the way it has the whole time. So the days are long and the nights are still cold. So as the pre-chorus. And then the chorus is the same, but I'll give you one more piece of me that maybe you'll remember. There is still no peace, so I got to stay in the center. Then we have the breakdown, which is, I don't want obscurity. I want you to remember me. I'm not going to really harp on that in terms of the lyrics because I did already talk about that. Legacy is a huge deal. Then I repeat the other part of the pre-chorus, and this was a fun kind of thing where when I was doing the lyrics before, the days are gone, there is no outside, the nights are cold, my hands are tied, it was kind of an ABAB format. And then when I went to the second and the third pre-choruses, I did AABB. Again, just trying to switch it up, and I think it worked really well. So there's no outside, my hands are tied. Again, I'm saying it slightly different. The first time I said there is no outside. This time I'm saying there's no side. There's no outside. Before I said the days are gone. Now I'm saying the days are long. There's no progression though in this song. That's the thing. Is it really is about monotony, and it's the same thing. Then I sing the chorus one more time and I repeat the center, and then that's the end of the song. So this one though was one of those that I loved making. It was so much fun making this song, and there were a bunch of different guitar tones that I used over and over again. And I've been trying to teach it to my friend Eric, who comes in, we jam out together, and oh man, he's like, so what did you do there? And I'm like, it's, and he's just like, so like this? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I do weird stuff when I'm making music. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the breakdown of the lyrics for One More for Obscurity. I will see you guys in the next one.